Welcome to Trainer Talks number 3 already. This week, we're going to talk about avoiding burnout in your daily schedule. That's going to piggyback nicely off of last week's and just avoiding burnout in general. Emails, text message, phone calls, training dogs, eating right, exercise, maybe even get a little Netflix in there every once in a while. We want to help you take control of your daily schedule, take control of all the things that take control of you on a daily basis, really dissect where all those minutes in a day goes. So if we want to tackle burnout for dog trainers and business owners, and we want to tackle it in the long term, like we were talking about last week, and being able to take vacations, being able to schedule time off, being creative in your scheduling. What's really vital to making that work is making sure that every single day you maximize your time, but that you don't overcommit and you don't overextend. I'm the perfect example of overscheduling the day. Try to pack too many things into too short amount of time, and there's absolutely no way that I'm going to get it all done. So what I've learned is to start making lists, start making tasks for myself, start to be realistic about how many of those things I'm going to be able to fit in any given day. And it's going to be a lot less than you normally think of. So I try to just figure out 3 things that I need to get done for that day that go towards my overall goals for the week, for the month, and goals for our quarter, if you will. So the better you are at scheduling your day, the more fluid you're going to feel, the more in control, the more relaxed you're going to feel. It's not constantly running from this fire to that fire and just responding to emergencies without any kind of plan or formula or anything like that. On top of that, if you're running the business yourself, or you're the person in charge of scheduling and phone calls and emails, maybe you have another trainer working for you who's doing the hands-on dog training. That's great. But if you're not taking the time to schedule your day, planning when you're going to answer emails, planning when you're going to take phone calls, planning when you're going to answer texts, even if you're going to take texts, these things will constantly be there. They will constantly come in. Technology that we all have in our pocket here, it really can be intrusive into your daily life. Every alert that you get, every email ding, every notification that's coming through that phone telling you this thing is vital at this moment in time. I'm here to tell you that's absolutely not true, and it's absolutely going to just drive you in the ground. So what I've found that I've had to do to really take control of my schedule is, first off, we implemented a scheduling system. We're going to talk about that in the future, very near future, on how we use 17 hats to schedule our day, to schedule phone calls, to have all of this stuff automated for you. I can't stress enough how much automation will save you time and allow you to take control back of your day. But before we get there, we have to talk about what that looks like anyways, even if you're not using an automation system for your client contacts. If you're scheduling phone calls, schedule them in a methodical fashion. Schedule them when you know that you're at your peak, like ready to sell vibe for the day. Plan your phone calls when they work for you. Plan your phone calls when you know that you have time, when you have energy, and when you're ready to go. And when you're done for the day, be done with phone calls. I personally don't take a lot of texts. I don't take texts from anybody that is not a client. I don't take phone calls from numbers I don't know. People are not going to get a hold of me unless they go through our system. I'm very emphatic about that. When we talk more about automation, it'll make more sense. But what I can tell you is if somebody sends in a contact form and they haven't bothered to schedule an appointment with me, they're going to get an auto reply back to schedule an appointment with me. And they are probably not going to get a phone call based on how busy we are now. It's just the way it goes. There's a lot of industries that are very busy right now. I know talking to dog trainers in the region, everybody's just slammed. And that being the case, folks that are not going through the processes you set, whatever they are, however you're onboarding clients, if people are trying to circumvent that, they're trying to call you, they're trying to email you, they're trying to come around that system, those firewalls and those walls that you've set in place to be able to not block customers out. I really don't like feeling like we're not trying to give them attention and that we don't want to respond to them. But they have to understand we're also running a business. I also have a new baby as well. I have a life outside of the business that I'm trying to protect and preserve. So during business hours, I'm 100% committed to them. But what I'm also 100% committed to is the people that have paid to be here. Those are our first priority. You're here, you're our client. We owe it to you to be present through all of that. If I'm getting text messages and phone calls and emails throughout the day for people that want to circumnavigate the systems we've put in place to contact us, that's just not going to happen. I protect that time very carefully. I don't respond to emails after a certain time. I don't respond to emails before a certain time. 10 a.m. is my morning time. I don't do any business prior to that. I don't respond to phone calls and I don't respond to text messages from numbers I don't know and people that are not clients yet. My voicemail greeting very clearly states, If you are not a client, here's how you contact me through our website. I literally don't even respond to those phone calls anymore. I've gotten about 5 in the last couple weeks for people that clearly got my phone number off of our website, didn't bother to fill out a contact form. They listened to that voicemail, didn't bother to go to the website to fill out a contact form, and they're demanding that I call them because they need a dog evaluated tomorrow and they want to get it in within the next week or two. Folks, I'm here to tell you, you're not calling a doctor's office like that. You're not calling a house painter like that. You're not calling any professionals out there right now with that kind of like, I need this tomorrow attitude. AC people in the summer, you're not getting seen tomorrow because your AC is broken. Everybody's AC is broken. So dog trainers, I implore you, protect your time the same as every other professional out there. Schedule your time to answer emails. Don't take text messages from people that aren't clients. If somebody needs to text you and like, hey, I need to reschedule this, that's fine. Shoot a quick text back. Same thing. I don't respond to text messages every time they come in. It's not an instant priority thing unless it's a client that's going to not show up for my session coming up. Something that Liz and I talk about. Liz was very, very cautious about allowing people to text her because of that pressure that it puts on her to respond in a different fashion than an email. I don't have to respond to a text any differently than I have to respond to an email as far as when my time is. But I am also very, very, very cautious about. I've had people text message me. Once they start emailing me and we're trying to onboard them, all of a sudden they'll randomly start text messaging me. And I had one text message me at 10 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock at night. I'm not answering those. I shouldn't even be looking at it, honestly. Put your phone on sleep mode, put it on anything. I can't stress enough. You're going to burn yourself out like we were talking about last week. You're going to burn yourself out because of the grind, because of the nature of dog training, because of if you don't schedule your workflow properly, that's going to lead to burnout. You're going to work every day. But here's the other problem. Even if you're taking time off, even if you're doing really well with scheduling vacations and taking care of yourself, you're going to burn yourself on a daily basis if you're working 10, 12, 14 hours or more, and there's no consistency, there's no plan, there's no strategy for being diligent with your daily plan. So on our live this week, I'm going to talk about how I daily plan. I'm going to talk about how I time block. I'm going to talk about the planner that I use to do that. I'm going to talk about how I use Google Calendar to keep myself on task for the day and how I'm constantly refining this program, because I'm going to look you right in the eye right now and tell you I am not the master of this. I struggle with this. I waste incredible amounts of time scrolling through social media. It's an addiction I have right now that I'm trying really hard to break, because I have goals for this business, for training dogs, helping owners, and helping other dog business owners. I have to become really, really diligent with my time and protect that as fiercely as I protect my daughters. It has to be that way, or you're going to find yourself working from sun up to sundown. You're going to be chasing every single phone call, every single text, every client, every email, and you're never going to get ahead. At the end of the day, you could have worked 15, 16, 17 hours, and you're going to sit down and wonder where it all went, what happened, and even worse, you're going to come back tomorrow and you're going to do it all over again, and you're not going to get ahead. You're not going to be able to plan your day successfully, which is going to lead you to be able to plan your week successfully, your month successfully, and your year successfully. And when you do all of that, when you take control of your day, when you take control of your week, when you take control of your month and you're able to schedule time off, schedule time during your day to exercise, to eat properly, to just wake up and get involved in the day before this crush comes at you, I'm telling you, you're going to feel 1,000 times better. And then we're going to get into all the hows and whys and how to really, really, really transform your business. But this week, I want you to take away, be hyper vigilant with your time and how people are intruding into that. Schedule your day for success, and you're going to avoid dog trainer burnout.